Once you've published your Keela forms on your website, you'll be ready to move into the big leagues, importing data. In this video, we'll review where you can learn about how this important process works. To begin, head to our world-class knowledge base. We have an entire tile in our knowledge base on importing your data, and there are a few sections within this tile. Importing data to Keela, this is where most of the information that you'll need lies. So if you're going to look at one section of this kind of tile of importing your data, make it this one. Exporting from third-party systems, we've collected some instructions to help you export your data from some of the most common systems. So if you recognize your system that you're moving from on the list, you might want to check that out. Best practices for your data import. So this one's good for if you'd like some extra reading and you're really keen on this process and getting it correct. And frequently asked questions, just check these out before you start because you might find that you have these questions pop up later on. So there's sort of a deeper dive into some sections of the articles here. If you're new to working with data or you just like to start at the beginning, begin with our introduction to the data process article here, which has 2 detailed training videos on how the process works, as well as some handy tips on how to leverage Excel to make your data preparation really easy so that it fits nice and snugly in Keela. Next, we recommend always beginning with your contact data first. So move on to the next article, formatting your contact data spreadsheets. This is definitely an article that we recommend you read from start to finish. We've got a training video in here if you'd like to see some things performed or demonstrated by me. The accepted field section, we list every single pre-built field that you can import your data into on a contact's profile in Keela. Lastly, we have some information on households, companies, contacts, all different kind of things that you might want to be aware of when you're formatting your data. We've also included timestamps for some of these if they're included in my training videos. So 2606, that means in the above training video, jump to here to see this covered by me in detail. At the very bottom of the article, we have an Excel template. So this is a Excel template that we've got that has all of the accepted fields up the top, and you'll be able to view handy little notes as well if you enable editing that run through bits and pieces that, handy tips and tricks that you might need to know. Just remember to save this as a CSV file once you're finished with formatting it, because that's the only version that we accept when you're importing into Keela. Speaking of imports, let's jump on to the next step. If I head back up to the top here, we can look at the importing your data into Keela article once you finish formatting. Here you'll find details on exactly how the import tool works, as well as how we manage duplicate contact data as well. So definitely recommend giving this a read through. And once you've sort of finished, if you like, what you can do is just import a couple of rows of data, maybe create a spreadsheet with only 5 contact rows of data in it, and then import that. So you can test out how everything works, make sure that you understand it, double check that everything is formatted correctly and that it appears correctly on those contacts' profiles. And then once you're done and you're feeling super comfy, you can move on with the rest of your data.